have to do an intro first, otherwise Ashton will kill us. Alright, we are unstable narrators. This is a book podcast where we read books and then we talk about them. Not always in a linear fashion.
Whoops.
Oops. Alright, today we are doing Fourth Wing, Chapter 6. So we ended last time with...
My name is Greta, by the way.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's Greta. I'm Tori.
I'm Rachel.
And this is our podcast. Okay, so...
God.
I know, it's hard to start. So last time... what happened? It was... her arm got broken.
Yep, they were on the mat.
They were on the mat.
Against, it's Violet versus Imogene. And within that fight, Imogene ends up breaking Violet's arm and all goes black.
Snap, snap, snap. Rachel, I think we actually need to get you closer.
Yeah. Sorry, I was petting the dog.
Okay, so the excerpt for this chapter. It is my opinion that of all the signet powers writers provide, mending is the most precious, but we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent when in the company of such a signet, for menders are rare and the wounded are not. From Major Frederick's Modern Guide for Healers. Because what's about to happen?
Violet has to go to the hospital, but it's not the hospital, it's just the infirmary.
Yep, because she sucks. No, I'm just kidding. She doesn't suck. She just has glass bones
frail.
and paper skin.
She's disabled.
Disabled. Oh.
Yeah.
Physically disabled.
She is physically disabled. I did overlook that fact.
Yeah, because in Tori's mind, everybody is supposed to be healthy and
that's not true.
and strong.
That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
Not true.
You
Anyway.
would say that, wouldn't you, Tori?
Sorry. Anyway. Chapter 6. So, Dain is carrying Violet to the healer's quadrant. Dain lost it.
He did, and I don't like the way that he lost it because he pissed me off this entire chapter.
But we
he
don't
just
really
pisses off
know
in general.
how he lost it. We just know that it happened.
What do you mean we don't know how he lost it?
We don't see what happens when we don't know what he tells everybody. We just know Violet says everyone saw you lose it. Then he says I didn't lose it, and then she says you shouted and carried me out of there like I said something to you. Like like I said something. Like I mean something to you.
I think it refers back to the last chapter
Where he was
he's
telling-
yelling at Imogene to stop using her powers on the mat.
There wasn't much of a time skip. It was literally right after that.
Oh, see, I actually took this as...
It's not like they all just...
I took this as he freaked out after the mat, and we lost, and we just don't have that time. We didn't see it happen.
No,
Out during and like in between that portion, so I think it's a little bit of both. It does show that he does kind of get upset that she is in the ring, she's losing, she's like, you know, pretty much in a arm hold, which Imogene is like using her.
She's using her signal or signet.
Signet, yeah. It's her powers.
And I think it's just the over yelling of like, stop using your powers, blah blah blah.
But I wouldn't see that as a problem for a
for
a squad leader.
You have to think about it this way too. He didn't do that for anyone else on the mat.
Was anyone else using their powers on the mat?
I don't think it's more so the power.
It's more so the person who's getting hurt.
Yeah. So I think he kind of gave
because he
away
didn't really care when Jack snapped that boy's neck. You didn't see any kind of reaction out of there. But Imogene only has her arm in a lock.
Well, but Imogene is using her powers.
Okay.
Okay.
Nobody else would have cared.
Okay, fair. I think that's fair.
Nobody else would have cared. Nobody else would have cared.
So now everyone knows that
nobody gives a fuck
Violet
about Soaring
means
Gill
something.
except for Dain and Dain. Zane?
So
stop.
Everyone
Zane?
knows that Violet means something to Dain. So they go to the infirmary.
And this is where he turns into a rat fucking bastard.
And then this is where Dain gets a little weird because
Oh,
Nolan. I know he is weird, but just why are you stop giving me that look? So what happens is
This is what I expect from a Tamlin defender.
Shut up.
No, I'm not gonna shut up. He sucks, and so does Dain.
You're just coming at me today.
I am.
So, but, okay.
It's a new
Anyway,
dawn.
so-
It's a new day.
Winifred meets Violet there. The healers are familiar with Violet. She's there a lot.
They're basically like godparents to her
yep.
at this point.
Winifred says, go get Nolan. Dain says no, because the healing process is very painful.
That's not the reason why
Is
he
it
said no.
It's mending, no? The mending.
It's
process?
mending.
The mending process is no. Well, we took it as that.
Who is we?
Girl.
I took it as that. I mean, I took it as, like, no, it's painful.
No.
Oh,
Look.
he also, yeah. That's how
Right
I
down
initially took it. And then after that, it's because he wants to send her
to the
the
scribes. He wants to make her even more disabled than she already is, so that she cannot do her job as a writer. And then she would have to be taken somewhere else.
Which is true. And kind of whack.
That was completely uncalled for, and I hate him, and I want him dead in a ditch. I want him to be burnt to a crisp by Gale.
So you want him to be like you when we don't answer the phone. Got it.
Listen, we're not talking about that right now. The subject is Dain.
And so, anyway. The
But
assistant goes to get Nolan. And after some arguing, they're treating her, blah, blah, blah. We see that Winifred and Nolan have been healing Violet for the past 5 years. I moved it over.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
No problem. Dain says, blah, blah, blah.
Maybe we shouldn't be saying blah, blah, blah so much in our podcast.
I'm skipping. I'm sorry. If either of you wanted to make the outline for it, you could have, but you didn't.
Oh, Lord.
Did you make an outline?
Ashton, I'm hoping that between the time that you heard us go silent, which is when Chase walked up to ask about his laundry, to this point, you cut it. Please, I'm begging you. I'm asking
Cut more.
so nicely.
We're devolving into chaos. Okay, so,
Basically, Dain gets healed. No, shut the fuck up, Greta. Basically, Nolan tells Dain to shut the fuck up because, you can't just tell this man to not heal this girl that he's practically raised.
yeah. Nolan does take a jab at Jane.
Yes.
It says...
Not doing a good job, are you?
Dain says, I'm trying to keep her safe, or something along those lines. And Nolan says, not doing a good job. So that
I
was
busted
a little
out
sassy.
laughing.
Love Nolan for being like a dad figure to her in some sort of sense. Because that's such
He
a dad
is.
move.
Right down here, he goes, I will always mend you, Nolan promises. I underlined that because that stood out. That is such father behavior. And under that I put, I love Nolan. I would protect him with my life. Unfortunately, I know he will be killed for her development.
That's
Aw.
so depressing.
I
Oh
know
my
he-
god.
I'm calling it now.
No.
I'll put $5 on this. This man dies.
I hope not. So,
He's gonna die, and I'm gonna be $10 richer.
Oh my god.
Nolan also says something interesting. Talking about conscripts going to the Writer's Quadrant. He says, we have never forced conscripts into that quadrant, ever. The whole line is, I've never agreed with the way they conscripted those kids to the Writer's Quadrant, talking about the traitor kids, as punishment for the sins of their parents. We have never forced conscripts into that quadrant, ever, and for a very good reason. Most cadets don't survive, which was likely the point, I suspect.
This is what I was saying, I don't know, maybe last episode or the episode before. This is a way for them to kill them. This is a way for them to get more soldiers that they don't have to pay as much. I'm sure they're not getting paid as much as a regular one because of the fact of where they're from. And it's just the best way that they can kill them without saying that they executed them.
Mm-hmm.
Because it would look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Politically.
That's true. That is very true.
How about morally? But,
So, also, Violet is on a lot of painkillers, and
Yeah, she's
like,
drugged up, she's slurring her words, and it's honestly kind of funny because even then she's still standing up for herself.
Like the words that this girl can get out of her mouth are, I'm not going to the sides.
I'm not going to scribes. I'm staying with the writers. And even then, Dain's still, like, she is drugged up, by the way. And he's like, you should go back to the scribes. Like, this is gonna, like, change everything. Like, because she'll maybe say, I'm gonna go back to the scribes. And even though she's drugged up and not herself, he's gonna be like, oh, well, she wants to go back to the scribe. Let's go. Let's take her. But when he starts begging her that he can't protect her, it makes me mad. Normally that'd be a cute thing for one man to say to a woman, but in this context, it just makes me mad because she does not have a choice no matter what we're saying. Like, she knows that if she even tries to go back to the scribes, her mom will
drag her back.
Drag her back. Not by her hair, maybe, but the scruff of her neck, sure. So I underlined that and I put, maybe help her get stronger. He's got no faith in her ability to get stronger.
No, he does not.
And that makes me angry.
I think that's what makes a lot of us mad at his characters, because he doesn't show that he wants her to improve. It's more so like, I'm trying to protect you.
He's trying to protect this image of her in his head.
Yeah, from when they were kids.
Yeah.
Not the person that she's like
She's a woman. She's not a child.
True.
Her age doesn't even end in teen anymore. She's
That's
a woman.
True. That's true. She's grown. And then we get to... So, Dain argues Nolan and Winifred meant her. And then we jump scene.
Thank God, because I can't handle a slurred speech girl. And this is where I start getting, like, sad because of what happens next. We've got her back at the barracks. She's reunited with Rhiannon, and she also finds a note in a book from her sister.
Oh my God, I love the fact that she has this now. Like,
right.
the book, it just...
The Book of Brennan.
I have the Book of Brennan, and I have a note from that states how they do the matches, and I was like, this
makes
is
so
so
sense.
good. Because it states that the mentors match this, like, the ones that are sparring a week prior, and I was like, okay, now that she knows that after reading through that book, I can't wait to see how she uses it to her advantage, and it does not let me down.
She's a strategist like her brother, because he's also notably a strategist before he died, which I'm gonna put that in our ears so that I can bring it up later. Because I'm stroking the pages of my book and I'm ready to just dump all of my politically charged theories. I love book politics, especially this one.
I love that. Now, one thing that Violet is super stressed out about is the fact that she's in a sling. She's like, unbreakable, this sends a bad message.
Right.
So, she feels vulnerable. She's very happy to have this comfort from Mira, Brennan's book. So, also, Brennan did die 5 years ago. So it's been so as far as timeline
Rest in
goes...
peace, hot brother.
Stop. Girl, shut up. Let him rest in peace.
The look that Tori just gave me.
Okay. What she's still giving. Greta, calm down, alright? Holy
Alright,
shit.
moving on.
It's fourth wing. Okay. All bets are off.
Cool, then our $5 bet is off. Got it.
So,
Fuck
not,
you.
so not only is Brennan's book
No one's dying.
a comfort to have,
Yeah.
but also it's got a lot of good tips in it
Yeah.
for surviving.
He's helping her beyond the grave, and that's so sweet.
Yes, it is so sweet. The book was originally intended for Mira.
But Mira doesn't
Mira-
really need it anymore. She's
Mira
not in
doesn't
college.
need it.
She's
So-
passed it on. She's passed on
And
the torch.
we both know that Brennan, or all three of us would want to know that Brennan would
Yeah.
definitely pass it on to her, or maybe make a new set of rules.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what's good for Mira may not be good for Violet, but so far what's good for Mira is good for
Well,
Violet.
so it does state that there are, I think Mira does leave some notes in
She
it
did.
as well.
She did. I just
Yeah.
remember that, yeah.
She does.
And then I think she also left another note right here. Nope, that's still to Mira, sorry.
But it does say something very, very helpful. So,
I think he does
Violet
mention
learns
Violet in there,
from
too.
Brennan's notes that the pairings for the fights are determined a week before the fight. And if you know where to look, you can find out who you're going to be going up against.
Good
so
pattern
you can prepare.
identification.
Learn their weaknesses.
And then Violet starts scheming.
Love it. Love to hear it.
And that's the end of chapter 6. Alright. Chapter 7.
7. I have a note here for this blurb that we get even before.
I also have a note for the blurb.
Do you want to read it or do you want me?
Well, would you like to
Well, we
read
started
the
a
blurb,
new
or
chapter,
would you like
right?
to-
Ashton's
Right.
going to go chapter by chapter. We need an intro for the new chapter.
Oh, no. Because
We
we
can
no. We
use
we
the
smushed,
old...
We smushed them together.
Cool.
We're going more by time.
Bet.
Yeah, no. Well, the only reason why chapter 1 was its own episode is because of how
It's
long
so
chapter
long.
1 is.
Chapter 1 is crazy long.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mad.
Right here, it's in the best interest of preserving peace within Navarre. No more than 3 cadets carrying rebellion relics may be assigned to any squad of any quadrant. Addendum 5.2, Basgiath War, College Code of Conduct. In addition to last year's changes, marked ones assembling in groups of 3 or more will now be considered an act of seditious conspiracy and is hereby a capital offense. Addendum 5.3, Basgiath War, College Code of Conduct. I wrote, fantasy racial profiling. I hope Violet changes her opinion soon because there is more than meets the eye here. Like, why are we targeting these kids? They're children.
Well,
These
that's
kids
funny
are the only ones
because
the
my
other
note is I think that something may have happened. to
Something
make
may
that
have happened.
rule.
Okay, but
I
think
wonder
about
what
what's going to
happened.
happen in this
That's the real
chapter.
question.
Huh?
I wonder what happened.
I
That's
want to
the
know
real
what
question.
happened.
Think about what happened in this chapter.
I
When-
know.
So,
they're-
what makes you think
Yes.
they'll say that there was something they were doing wrong, but is it? Were they actually doing something wrong, or are they just saying that
Well,
because
maybe
they're
not,
kids?
but I have a feeling that there's also a little something extra that we don't know about happening later in the book. I have a feeling this is a rebellion series.
Ooh.
I think, definitely a
Like,
rebellion
it's
series, but I
definitely
think
a
it's
rebellion series.
I think it's a justified rebellion series.
And I have more thoughts that I'm going to save for later when we get to it because
we just need to
I know.
thoughts.
She closed her book if you couldn't hear it, if it wasn't loud enough.
So,
Book closed. Thoughts.
So, chapter 7.
There's a lot more kids losing and dying now. Like, almost every quadrant's lost somebody except for Violet so far. And it's insane. Like,
That's true.
you think that Parapet's gonna be it, but no, there's even more. They're dropping off like flies.
That's true. So, people are dying. And where's Violet?
She is out in the woods, foraging like a little, what forages?
A squirrel?
A hamster.
She's a little creature of the night, foraging the woods for poisons.
She's out where she's...
Which is known from that book that she brought with her. Thank you. She brought the book of poisons with her. It was great. Loved every
Yep,
second.
that's the book.
That was
she
the
brought.
book
It
that
was the
she
poisons
would
book.
not give up.
And here she is in the tree
Oh.
when we find out that she has now discovered something that she otherwise wouldn't have discovered if she wasn't in the tree.
That's true.
And I wrote here Katniss Core, and you want to know why? Because she was watching her future love interest meet with people who want her dead. Did we not remember this?
But hear me out. I do like where the conversation goes with the rebellion children under the tree, because some of them do state, like, why do we really want her dead? It was her mom, not her. It's the same as the government wanting us dead for our parents. So
Exactly.
they're kind of coming at the point where it's like, well, we're trying to be different from how it was, but we're just kind of reversing the roles.
Yeah.
That's
Some
true.
of them, they're divided. They don't want to be like I wouldn't want to say, well, they're abusers, really. They don't want to turn into their enemy, because then that makes them no better than their enemy, and they want to live up to the values that I think their parents raised them with.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want to let go of that, but some of them can't let go of the pain of losing their parents, and that's where that divide is within them.
That's true. So, Violet's been sneaking out for 9 nights. And as she's climbing the tree, she observes that the tree has grass underneath it that looks oddly trampled. Does she ever stop to consider that other people might be coming? No. Why? I don't know.
I think she was a little too busy trying to get her poison, and she was going to
Yeah,
get
she's
in,
too
get out,
busy
and
trying
then
to-
mind her own.
Trying to get the person that she's gonna be sparring next week.
I think she's over here deviously plotting how she's going to poison someone like a badass.
Yeah.
Very true.
So she's out there, she's climbing the tree, finds what she's looking for, is on her way back down.
And all of a
then-
sudden,
Figures in black cloaks show up.
oh,
They're start
Like little Death
arriving.
Eaters.
She looks down, she recognizes a few. One of them is Imogen, and one of them
Oopsies.
is Zayden.
Zayden.
Zayden. She says, she thinks, oh shit. She freezes because she's like,
As she
those
should.
are two people that want to kill me. Realizes that I actually kind of need to know what they're saying. Because something's going on here.
Oh, yeah.
well, it's 'cause
Something.
she knows the rule book, and she knows
She-
they're not allowed to group in groups of 3 or more.
Absolutely. And
I
there are
think-
way more than 3 people there.
I think that this is a really good start for her to realize that they're not these evil people that she's brought up to think of them in her
Right.
head.
Yeah.
When she first
It
goes
was a very
down
good
there,
turning point.
yeah, I think it's the beginning of her turning point. When she first went down there, she's like, "These motherfuckers are gonna plot to kill us all. They're gonna try and horrifically, get revenge." And then she gets down, and it's just him giving tips to these first years who are scared out of their minds.
I have that written. I said Zayden looking out for his own was not in my bingo card.
The-
Okay, it was.
Literally at the top of the page, I said he's probably looking out for them. They're like babies, because they are. They're 18, maybe 19 years old.
He
I
might
mean-
feel some sort of responsibility because of what his dad.
His dad is the leader, and
Correct,
he's also
right.
the oldest out of them all. Though he's got to be like our age. I mean, we're only 23,
Yeah.
but I look at an 18-year-old and I see nothing but a child
they're-
sometimes.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not 18. They're the same age as she is. So they're 20.
True.
Yeah, they're not teenagers.
Well, you gotta think Zayden though. He's gotta be older.
He is.
He's definitely
older
older.
and
He's
more
a
experienced.
Third
Yeah.
year,
Yeah.
so
Yes, but
probably
he's,
still around our age.
he's got the group of babies that are forced to be in there.
Yeah, like 20-year-olds still
Yeah,
look like
20-year-olds.
babies to me sometimes. So
Yeah, and they know that the reason that they're in there is because
what their parents did.
they're supposed to. Yeah,
They're supposed to die.
This is supposed to kill them.
And Zayden's pointing that out to them too.
So, the thing that's interesting is Violet has this moment where she's like, "What are Zayden and Imogen?"
Oh yes. Oh my God. The
Yeah,
jealousy moment.
Let's
Love
think about that here. She's watching a group of rebel children, convene together and plot, and her first thought, other than "Oh God, they're gonna kill us all," is, "What's their problem? What's their deal? What's going on with them?" Like
She
that's
She literally goes, "What is he doing out here
She
with
is-
Imogen? Are they lovers? Friends? It's absolutely none of my business. And yet I can't help but wonder if she's the kind of woman he goes for. One whose beauty is only outmatched by her brutality. They fucking deserve each other."
he
That was
is.
kind of like
she's
blocking her own heart from hurting herself with all of those thoughts on them.
Yes.
I can't say that I haven't done that. I'm sure all of us have done that at some point. We've been like,
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. At that point, it was just Zayden and Imogen under the tree. And then, after she sees it's them, she does kind of think, like, what are they out here doing?
yeah.
And then that's when more people show up.
Correct. Like, what's his name? Is it Garrick? Garrick.
I was about to say, did we skip some
Garrick?
stuff that I wanted to go over?
Take a look. Is there anything
Nope.
that you want to... Okay.
Not at that point, no.
Okay.
It's right after this, though.
And then Violet talks about how they're committing a capital offense. And then that's when she decides to creep down, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And that's when they actually start the meeting, and the kids there are already, nervous about this meeting, because they know the rules, too. They know that if they get caught, it's immediate execution, and they will have a legal justification there. These kids, they're looking like they want to keep their head down. They don't want to stand out too much. They want to survive. They don't want to, most of them probably don't want to prove anything. They just want to get out of this so that they can live. But I mean, shit in one hand and want in the other. See which runs first, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
There's a line here that really stood out to me. I think it was Xaden that said it, because
Was it the odds one?
Yeah.
Right I have that underlined too. It's, the odds are always stacked against us, and trust me, every other Navarian in the quadrant will look for reasons to call you a traitor or force you to fail. Talking about how the
odds are stacked against them.
Stacked against them.
It's very straightforward.
It's like a pep talk warning type of deal. It's like, look, like
he's giving it to them straight.
Like you've gotta make it through, but also you have to step up.
It's like brutal honesty.
Yeah. They don't want to stand out, but he's telling them you have to, otherwise you're not gonna live. And I put here, reminder that they are being punished for their parents' actions. They're forced to fight a war they were raised to not believe in. And then I put political violence in the art of war. I don't know if that's anything. I think I was just...
If it comes back to you, let me know.
I think I was just yapping. I was just trying to be, I don't know.
Interesting, because Violet has a moment again.
Oh,
where she just can't stop finding Xaden attractive. There's a muttered assent, and my breath hitches at the intensity in his voice. Damn it. I don't want to find a single thing about Xaden Ryerson admirable, and here he is being all annoyingly admirable.
She's delusional.
Asshole.
She is so delusional, and I love it.
She tries to
she's very
delusional. She doesn't have these feelings for him. We all know she does.
I mean, who hasn't been like that at one point?
The moment she's probably met him, okay?
Yeah, it's like, girl, you're not fooling anyone.
There has been... she's real, she's
trying to find some reason to hate him, and he has given her none because he just doesn't.
She's holding on to one thing, and it's just what she's been raised with. It's just a core belief thing there. And honestly, there have been moments where you look at somebody and you're trying to find something wrong with them because you know you can't have them.
I'm such a romance geek that when it comes to the next part, I was sitting there smacking my knee again, like, yes!
Oh, yes. Because this is where...
So, hold on. So, next, immediately after that, Xaden starts talking to everyone about how they're doing in hand-to-hand combat, and the consensus is not good. Like,
they're not doing great.
We are getting cooked. And so there's a little bit of banter about, is Imogen the best? Is Xaden the best? Who knows? But
they're pretty equal.
They're pretty equal, but we're going to assign everyone to train with one of you. We're going to help you. Mm-hmm. Any questions? So they're sorting this out, and then they're still trying to work through issues, and then a first year says, I can't do this. The death, the fighting, any of it. A guy had his neck snapped right in front of me on assessment day. I want to go home. Can you help with that?
I immediately... That line is right next to the line that I underlined earlier, so I just put an arrow right next to what I had just previously said.
Yep.
He literally pointed out my thoughts, right there. He proved my point. They don't want to be here. They don't believe in this war.
No. And what does Xaden say to that?
No.
No.
Quite literally just no.
He says, you're not going to make it. Best accept it now and not take up any more of my time.
He's got to give it to him straight.
Honest.
It's a reality check.
It's honest, yeah. Reality check.
Because either way, he's going to die. You can't... If you don't have the mindset of, you want to live, you need to fight, you're not going to live.
I can't send you home, dude. You've got to...
You've
got to have some want to live.
He can only take him so far. But he's got to take himself the rest of the way through.
Absolutely. And then Violet says, what a dick, to that. And the smaller guy looks stricken, and I can't help but feel bad for him.
And then we meet one of my favorites, Garrick.
Xaden gives a speech about how they need to get over it. I'm not going to hold your hand. You've got to help yourself.
That's how I feel.
And this is where his cousin comes in, which, first of all, the fact that we don't really mention the leader of the rebellion's brother or anything, or the fact that he's got a family, so we got, out of left field, some guy calling him cousin. Mm-hmm. I don't call you cousin.
We definitely do not call.
I don't refer to you as cousin.
No.
But I guess it's a fantasy thing.
Yeah.
Maybe she doesn't have cousins, or somebody like is writing siblings and it's very obvious they're an only child.
It could be like
Yeah.
family friends too, because like
Maybe.
I call like
I mean,
someone that's not blood related cousin.
But we don't refer to him as cousin like that.
I do because I have 2 Austins in my life.
No, I mean, we don't go and when we meet up with them go, "What's up, cousin?" Or, "That's harsh, cousin."
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
True.
Yeah.
So we refer to him as cousin, but we're not in conversation
With
calling him cousin. That's
Gotcha.
strange and it's odd.
That is very odd, isn't it? Sorry. I'm like
It's-
stealing some of your seat, Tori.
No, you're fine.
So
I
yeah,
might fall later, but it's okay.
Girl!
Rachel kicked her.
I did
She
not.
kicked her into a wall and
I
said,
just
"Fuck
needed
you and
to-
fuck your podcast."
I do think it's interesting though. Zayden is not a mother hen, but he does care about what happens to everyone.
He's giving
He's
off
a-
mother hen.
he's a mother rooster. It's a mother rooster.
Yeah, mother wolf.
That's so funny.
Oh yeah.
There is
Feet are
something
cold,
going on
freak.
though
My
between
feet are
him
cold.
and Imogen, so that's interesting. Violet notices that the way Imogen is looking at Zayden softens her eyes, her mouth, her whole posture
I
as she tucks
noticed
a
that
short
too.
strand of pink hair behind her ear.
This
She's into Zayden too.
This love triangle has turned into a really odd pointed shape, and I cannot remember how
It's a
many
square.
sides are there.
It's a square.
Square.
It's a square.
It is a square now.
Yeah.
The
'Cause
complicated
initially it
triangle
was-
is already
it was-
complicated,
it
and now
was
we're making it a
Zayden,
square.
Dain, and Violet, and now it's Zayden, Dain, Violet, Imogene. So it's a square.
I hate the
Yeah.
square. I don't like the square. We need to get rid of the square. We need to get rid of the
So the
triangle.
square is kind of non-existent. It's really just a straight line, and then there's like specks off.
Now, here's another interesting line. Zayden says, "You learn what they teach you. Keep what you know, but recite whatever they tell you to."
This again proves my point. They have been
Yes.
raised by their parents as rebels. They are raised to not believe in this war. They know things that the college doesn't want other people to know because they're not brainwashed.
Very correct. Yes.
So,
Definitely. So, again, I think that there's something more going on for sure. Now,
but now the conversation gets onto Violet. And that's where
Yeah.
things get really, really interesting because this is where we really
Yeah.
get to see how Zayden actually feels without
Right,
Violet
yeah.
even
well,
realizing.
this is the first part where Violet feels really conflicted. 'Cause
Right.
she's like, "Oh, they're not doing anything wrong.
Exactly.
Like, they're just trying to support each other.
They're just trying to
There's-
live.
No plot, no coup, no danger. It's just a group of older riders counseling first years from their province. But if Dain knew, he'd be honor bound too." And then that's when they ask about killing Violet Sortingale.
If only they knew. Well,
That she's
Well,
it's like friggin'
Hold on.
tree.
It's like a foreshadowing that she mentions that Dain would play by the rules. Or, like, go tattle on someone because of the rules. Like, it's kind of like a foreshadowing in a sense of, like,
yeah,
we
no.
all know something's gonna happen, and he's gonna do something.
He's gonna feel
and he's
honor
gonna
bound.
Feel honor bound by the rules. It's at this point we're just waiting for it to happen.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and Violet's definitely going to be in the first shoe.
Yeah. So there's some bantering. Imogen asks Zayden when we're allowed to kill her. Zayden says, "She's mine. I'll handle her."
Hot. I'm just kidding.
Which I feel like that's actually, he might be protecting her.
Oh,
That's
he
what I-
definitely
he
is.
definitely is. Come on.
He
Yeah.
definitely is. So,
100%.
Garrick-
He finds her interesting. He wants to protect her because he wants to see what she can do.
Mm-hmm.
it was also Garrick that was also being protective, and I don't know if
Correct.
Zayden and Garrick are having conversations that we don't see because Violet isn't there. But he goes, her mom is responsible for the capture of nearly all our parents, not her daughter. And it's the same logic that some of these kids were already feeling, but they didn't vocalize because you have people like Imogen there standing all scary and mad and angry because her mom is dead and
Her mom and her sister, I believe, died.
well,
Imogen's.
anyways,
If I remember correctly.
still they're dead and she can't do anything about it, and she can't do anything about the person who ordered the death, but she can do something about the
Yeah.
daughter. It's a lot of misguided anger, and it's just she's wanting a place to
Therapy.
she wants somewhere to place it so that she can move on, but it's if she had the chance to kill Violet, she'd still be angry.
That's true.
I mean, she had the chance to kill Violet on the mat.
And then Garrick is the one that argues, no, it's her mom,
Yeah,
not her, which is also interesting because in this group, there's a little bit of debate.
Yeah.
There's the
There's like
side
two
that
sides,
really
yeah.
wants the revenge, and then there's the side that's like, we want to be better.
Yeah.
So this is a topic of, like, we don't all agree on this.
Right. And that's where Imogene comes in. She says, well, we get conscripted because of what our parents did years ago and shoved into this death sentence of a college. And Garrick comes right back and goes, in case you didn't notice, she's in the same death sentence of a college. It seems that she's already suffering the same fate, which leads me to believe that he's paying a lot more attention than she realizes. I think you can also tell that she doesn't want to be here. I mean, she says she doesn't want to be here. She kind of wants to be here. She's on the fence about if she wants to even attend this school.
I think he's more like aware that she was kind of forced to be here.
Yeah, he's a lot more aware than most other characters, and we haven't really interacted with him yet. So
I think this is the first time I've ever heard him mentioned, and I'm
Yeah.
like, wow, what a socially aware character.
I think he was
It's great.
I think he was seen off to the side as Zayden a couple of times, but we never really got his name. But we do get his name now because of this meeting. So I think she's noticed him a couple of times, and he's definitely noticed her. He's a very observant man, and I can't wait to see the interactions that come up there later. And this is finally where Zayden comes in.
And defends her.
Don't forget, her brother was Brennan Sorrengail. She has just as much reason to hate us as we do her, and I'm not going to tell you again. She's mine to handle. Anyone feel like arguing? I
love
underlined the whole paragraph there, but I circled handle like 5 or 6 times because I put odd thing to say about somebody who you're gonna handle. Handle in air quotations. Handle? You mean not kill? You mean not maim or injure?
True. He did
Handle.
say handle, not kill.
He's choosing his words very wisely, but not to me. I see you for what you are, sir.
I think we all see him for what he is because we're the reader.
That's when they disperse, and she thinks that she's safe because she thought that he was gone.
Oh my god,
and
yes!
No, he jumps out of the shadows, and he's like, you scream and you die. Please. Sure.
I gasped when I got to this scene. I was like, finally, yes. Banter between the two.
And she's so dumb but so funny at the same time because she's just assuming, oh, it was my perfume that gave me away.
I know. I wrote, what a nerd.
I love you, but Violet, let's use our brains. Let's put the thinking caps on, and he points that out to her too.
Like, I smell good? Is that how you got me? I smell good.
That's what it is. He goes, I command shadows, but sure, it was your perfume that gave you away. I underlined that and went, sassy king.
Backtrack. The fact that he told her what his power is.
He just gave it off the bat.
Out of nowhere.
She didn't even ask.
Great.
Unprompted. Yeah, my power is this.
Because she could use that against him if you
She
really
could.
think about it.
She could.
Like,
But she doesn't. Because she's a simp.
because
like
she
he
knows.
is.
I read that. Oh, this whole scene in my notes says the flirting, and then in parentheses says, not caught alone in the dark with him. Shadow wielding is crazy.
Shadow wielding is so good. It reminds me of another character from another series that I just adore with my whole heart.
It really had me like, they would give him a crazy power like shadow wielding. Are you freaking kidding me?
That's another insanely great power. And honestly, I think the government hates him even more because of that.
Probably.
Because he's got this amazing power that could help them, but I feel like later on they're going to be like, you need to do this. And he's going to be like, fuck you guys. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm. True.
And as he should, because they haven't done anything to earn that.
Fair. And the other thing is, he takes a stab at Dain.
Oh.
He says, what? Ados hasn't warned you not to get caught alone in the dark with me?
That's what it was. It was that exact comment that I was like, oh, okay.
The rest of this banter is so good. And this is where she, like, tries to defend herself a little bit, and then he gives her tips to defend herself. This is the stuff that we need from Dain, but we're not getting. And Zayden comes in and just steals my heart with it, because this is what she needs someone who's gonna uplift her and help her bring her up to a better point, not hold her back and bring her back to these low standards. He wants her to be the strong, powerful girl that she actually is. Or I should say woman. At the end of the chapter, I was kicking my feet and giggling and twirling my hair. I just think they don't really know how to flirt with each other, to be honest.
No, they really don't.
It's just a cute banter that
It's banter.
eating up. I'm just eating it up.
It's their own form of flirting, but these two are very awkward with each other in a way.
Well,
Yeah.
they're supposed to hate each other.
They are.
They say that.
They're
But
supposed to hate each other.
Zayden pokes fun at her stance, is like, that stance is really the best defense you can muster. No wonder Imogen nearly ripped her arm off. And so I was like, what's your game? Like,
the game is that he's into her and he wants her to be the type. So honestly, it's a double-edged sword here. These guys both want a certain view of her and they want her to be that. It's just Zayden's like ideals for her just line up better with what she wants for herself.
That's true. So then she throws a knife at him. So he's like,
it's a good
"Miss?"
trick.
She's like, did I? He backs up and it's like all around his head. Like, oh,
She has
shit.
good aim.
Yeah, really good aim. She's very good with knives.
Almost like somebody else that we know.
And then
Girl,
he says,
shut up.
I'm a fucking Hunger Games dick rider. Fuck you all.
And then he said, fascinating. You look all frail and breakable, but you're really a violent little thing, aren't you?
Violence is the new nickname for her.
Violence.
And
I
it's
was
so
like,
cute. I love that.
Like, the fact that he's giving her a nickname is hilarious. But secondly, she really does align with what, he finds attractive. And it's like, oh, here we are.
That's true.
It's
He
like,
does.
Maybe, did she throw it to impress him?
Probably.
I
I'm
think
not
so.
gonna lie. I think so.
I think she.
did.
It was the heat of the moment too. He's goading her, is what it is, and she's like, "Fuck you."
It was the heat of the moment. She threw him, but his comment made her like, oh.
It
Oh.
made something.
Made her like heartstrings like feel something.
I was like, "Whoa, hold on." That she was into it.
Then
She's
says,
a little freak.
She says that she hates how beautiful he is.
Who doesn't?
She's like, I'm too close to him. He says, you should do that to Jack.
Oh my
He
god,
doesn't
love
like
that.
Jack either.
Nope.
Nobody
You can
likes
tell he
Jack.
doesn't like Jack.
Everybody hates Jack. So do we.
We're not
He's
fans.
like-
This is a hate club for Jack Barlow. What the fuck is a name like Jack Barlow,
If we ever get
anyways?
to the point where we make merch,
Yeah.
I'm coming back to this episode and making a We Hate Jack shirt.
Yeah. So he's like,
In this house,
look.
we hate Jack.
He basically tells her, look, Jack's publicly vowed to kill you.
Yeah.
So
She's public enemy number one
you
in
need
his
a show.
eyes.
So his advice is give him a show of force. Violet's like, this is bizarre. Like, this is a game meant to confuse me. Like, why are you helping me? Is kind of what she's thinking. And then she's like, you only care because you want to be the one to kill me, right? And then he says, he dodges the question.
He doesn't want to kill her.
He says, do you plan on telling anyone about my little club? She says no. He says, why not? She says,
She doesn't believe he's doing anything wrong.
yep.
See, this is where I want to pause, and I want to take a moment, because we have yelled at me to shut up about her, but I'm not going to shut up, because this is an exact moment in a book that I would love to point out, where character-wise, Violet and Katniss are very similar, and you guys don't want to hear me, but I'm correct.
You are.
I'm correct.
You are.
She has trust issues with everybody around her, and that's a trauma response. You think that everybody's out to get you, and it's a way to protect yourself. She did not think that she was friends with the mayor's daughter. She was. The mayor's daughter gave her a fucking kiss on the cheek and a pen to give her hope before she went off to go fight for her death with like 12, 11 other kids. I don't know, remember how many were in the original games. Maybe it was 24. Mm-hmm. And Violet over here, every step she turns, I mean, granted, she's got more reason to not trust anyone because they're actively saying, I'm gonna fucking kill you. But, I mean, has Zayden, other than a couple glares, said that he was gonna kill her? I can't remember.
No, he did not. Everyone else said he was going
Everyone else is saying this, but is he? He has given no reason to believe that she's gonna, pull out a sword and kill her.
Mm-mm. Nope, nothing.
So everyone's in her ear telling her one thing, and he's just minding his business. He's actually trying to help his own people, and he sees her, and he's like, I like your spirit.
Bro's chilling.
He's just minding his own, and he likes her. This is just a man who's, like, falling for this girl, and everybody's just telling them that they're not allowed to be together.
Yep, that's true. So, she explains, I don't think that helping them should be punished. Their meeting was illegal, but should they die for it? No, they shouldn't. And these first years would be executed for
Nothing.
She doesn't really explain all of that to him. She kind of keeps those thoughts to herself.
But I think he understands that too.
But, so, she doesn't tell him that. She just said, I don't see why they should be punished. I'm not going to tell. And then he gives her a look.
You're not going to run off to mommy.
And he says, interesting. Again. Interesting. We'll see if you keep your word, and if you do, then unfortunately it looks like I owe you a favor.
This is where we get...
too unfortunate for him. And then she's like, what? And then he's like, I'm not going to kill you if you're expecting... He's like, she said, you're not going to handle me. He said, not tonight. She says, what are you waiting for? It's no fun if you expect it. Now get back to bed before your wing leader realizes you're out after curfew. And then she's like, what? You're my wing leader. And then he just kind of takes off.
He disappears into the shadows. Now, I had this underlined and everything, because this is going to be a huge, moment for them. There's just going to be a callback moment. Their thing is going to be, handling each other. Because I think that there's going to be a moment where she's going to have to handle him. Whether it be, it's just as simple, somebody's being mean, maybe Jack, or maybe Imogene's just being a little bit of a snappy girl or something, and Xaden's about to fly off the handle, and she sees it, and she has to handle him. Not in a I'm gonna kill you way, but just, rearing her dog, her little guard dog here. That may be a thing.
True.
I think it'll be cute.
But
But that was the end of chapter 7, you guys. Do we want to start a new episode for 8 and 9?
Thank you for listening. That was chapter 6 and 7 of Fourth Wing. I'm Tori.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Greta.
And we'll talk to you next time. Peace.